New York City's police commissioner says the 27-year-old man had a crude pipe bomb strapped to his body that he detonated in an underground passageway near Times Square. That explosion caused smoke to fill the area packed with crowds of morning commuters. Fortunately, only 3 people suffered minor injuries, but the suspect, identified as Akayed Ullah, was also hurt, and the Associated Press is reporting that Ullah was inspired by ISIS but didn't have direct contact with the terror group. Laura Ingle is live in New York City. Laura.
Hi, guys. Well, definitely a scene of chaos and confusion early this morning. Things have settled down a little bit here. We are right outside of the Port Authority terminal. I'm going to step out of the way so you can kind of get a sense of where we are here. This very active area was quickly evacuated in and around the Port Authority bus terminal this morning. As you mentioned, the suspect has been identified, and now we have a picture that we can show you, if you can put that up on the screen. The 27-year-old who was living in Brooklyn, believed to be from Bangladesh, in custody and being treated right now. Over 230,000 commuters move through the Port Authority every weekday. This explosion that you mentioned happened in an underground passageway between this bus terminal and Times Square. City officials are calling this an attempted terror attack, and while they wouldn't say exactly what the suspect said to them, he has said something. He has been identified once again as a 27-year-old man who lives in Brooklyn. All of this, by the way, was caught on surveillance tape. It was mentioned in today's press conference with city officials, and they talked about seeing the plume of smoke, seeing about the chaos that ensued underground. James O'Neill, the police commissioner with NYPD, described the device that went off as a pipe bomb-like explosive that was strapped to the man's body with zip ties and Velcro straps that may have gone off prematurely and left him with some serious injuries.
He had burns and wounds to his body. Preliminary investigation at the scene indicates this male was wearing an improvised, low-tech explosive device attached to his body. He intentionally detonated that device. Looks like there are 3 other people in the immediate area also sustained minor injuries, but Dan Nigro is going to talk about that. The subject was placed in custody and transported to Bellevue Hospital.
And we do want to mention 3 other people were injured in all of this and are also being treated, but those injuries are described as more of ringing in the ears and headaches after being around the scene of the explosion. We've seen some evidence bag being removed from the scene, which is, again, very active with NYPD, FBI, counterterrorism teams. Some streets and portions of this area and bus terminal have been reopened. The Port Authority is really the nation's busiest bus terminal, plus the holiday season well underway with extra tourists and travelers. For Port Authority officials, we also want to mention officers, I should say, are being credited with helping to bring this guy down and prevent further injury and chaos. But as of right now, we do have a lot of officers still here on the scene. Obviously, as you can see here behind me, they're still working the investigation. We'll bring you more as we get it here from the scene. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you.